This is Selena with Jessica via phone communication. Describe where you think technology is going to go in the next few years.
Well, it's hard to say where technology is going to go because it's useful in like so many different ways and so many different fields. My personal use has only been in terms of graphic design and education, so I can discuss it from that standpoint. And with education, technology is becoming more and more integrated within the classroom setting. Professors are now encouraged to use a lot of different technologies to address students who are now more technologically savvy. So the days of the chalkboard and lecturing are kind of going out the window, and they're looking for more interactive ways to actually address these issues. So, for instance, you now have a lot of online classes. Readings are no longer through books, but PDFs, through Kindle, through e-readers. And a lot of these technologies, while useful in that they can be carried around more easily, they have more access, there's also been some drawbacks. One case was professor taught his entire class through PDFs. Everyone had a Kindle. All of his readings were online. And then he had an open book exam, but he didn't want students to use computers because you have access to the internet, you can look up answers. He just wants them to have access to the readings, but all the readings have been online. There's like no actual hard paper trail anymore. It's something that students can actually bring into the classroom. So it became a huge issue. How do you have an open book exam when there are no books? At the same time, it's been a lot of advantages for incorporating technology have been through such programs as Captivate, through Illuminate, in which students can actually be engaged in what they're doing. They're actually interacting with the lecture as opposed to just being lectured to. So technology is definitely beginning to really play a heavy part in education in terms of teaching, in terms of reaching students, actually engaging them. In terms of graphic design, technology has really changed the basic graphic design, whereas before it used to be completely print. Now, if you're applying for a design position, you're expected to know HTML, JavaScript, and you're expected to actually produce websites as opposed to actual print advertisements anymore. More and more people are moving away from the actual book, actual tangible aspects of the design, and are looking for more internet-friendly layouts. So that's been a huge change in the environment, especially if you're trained classically or trained in the traditional methods. So it's hard to say. I mean, there's a lot of people who think books are going to go out of style, like no one's going to actually have physical books anymore. Some people are thinking that newspapers, which their sales have gone way down because everyone's now accessing them online. And so it's hard to say whether or not, like, as soon as the old generation has kind of died off, whether or not these old methods giving information, of receiving information, are going to go away with them and give way to like the new generation's very portable yet not necessarily tangible files, readings, etc.